Hey everybody, Agent of Doubt here. Still the world's worst SJW, and just wanted to make a little bit of an update on my progress on the rabbit hole that I've decided to go down, which started with the last video I just made. I'm going to make a playlist of all the progress that I make on this one, because I know that I'm not the Innocence Project. I'm just an internet autist, and I think that this will probably go nowhere, but I've seen enough in this case of Joush Hatcher that I think definitely justice has not been served, and even so, we see many cases where it's plain as day that justice is not being served, and we still just live with whatever the sentence was, right? I remember seeing the music video for Rage Against the Machine's Freedom, and them telling the story of Leonard Peltier, and I thought, well, surely if a Democrat were to get into office as president, they would commute that guy's sentence, because the evidence against him was kind of iffy. But you know, the ATF and FBI agents that were involved in that shootout at Pine Ridge, you'd be pissing off like whole agencies if you were to commute this guy's sentence, because it's all about the fallen agents at that point. And that's a direct parallel to the story of Joush Hatcher. The policeman that died was doing vigilante justice, was off duty, had no business chasing him down, you know, and beating the shit out of him. And so when he lost control of his gun that he brought to the fight, that officer, he died because he brought a gunfight to his beatdown that he was placing on a black man in 1977 Omaha, that December, right? So it's a little bit further down the rabbit hole that I've gotten so far, and I'll let you guys know where I'm at. So first, I wanted to know if the slander case that Joush Hatcher filed against an outlet for saying that he shot the policeman execution style, I wanted to know if that case was with merit. And what I found was the autopsy reports from the incident show one bullet shot in the side, and one from below, just as Josh described it. Basically, they were wrestling for the gun in between them as the officer had mounted him and was wailing down with punches on him and beating the shit out of him. And he had no idea he was an officer. He was just a white man with a gun in Omaha in 1977, you know. So the trajectory of the bullets goes towards the stance that Joush Hatcher put forth, not what the rag that he was trying to sue for slander from prison put forth, because it was not execution style. He did not shoot him while he was standing on his feet. He was below him when he shot him. The coroner report shows the trajectory. So that much I've got. Also, if and this was never brought up by any defense attorney of Joush Hatcher, but if they were to look at the racism angle in this case, just assuming that because it's 1977 Omaha and it was a white cop, plainclothes, off duty, you know, and chased a guy down, 10 minutes after he chased him away from a crime, and then had time to, help the UPS guy put his boxes back on his truck, before chasing him down and beating the shit out of him. It's not enough to just assume that there's racism, but there's more points to this that, to me, show that there was racism involved. Point number one, just the fact that he got out of the truck and called to Josh and said, "Hey boy," which started the whole thing, right? And scared him away from the truck, that he was trying to steal a package from. Number two, in the police report, it states that in the ambulance, Officer Dauberton, the one that died, asked, and this is a quote, "Did they get that nigger?" Right there in the police report. 4 days later, he died from his injuries in the hospital, right? So it wasn't an immediate death. The bullet that hit his head grazed him. The bullet that went in his side probably did the most damage as far as killing him. And the third thing that I think at least somewhat shows the racism that was present in that era of policing in Omaha was that there was a suspect before Joush Hatcher was apprehended, and they brought that suspect in front of Officer Dauberton in the hospital, and they said, "Squeeze my hand if this is the guy who shot you." And he did, but it was the wrong guy. It was just another black man. So, to me, yeah, that could be just, mistaken identity, and he did have a gunshot to his gut and his head, but it could have been, all black men look alike to him, or, just get any black man because I'm angry at the world and I'm racist, or the cops wanted to sew it up real quick and just picked up any black man, right? And they say that he squeezed his hand and affirmed that, yeah, that's the guy in the report, but, I don't really trust reports from cops from that era. Policing has come a long way since then, so... yeah, so there's three things that tell me that maybe there was racism. There's the "hey boy," there's the "did they get that nigger," and then there's the false identification of a different guy as the shooter. And that's where I'm at so far. I'm going to do a whole bunch more FOIA requests and see what else I can dig up on this. But really, I'm pretty far down the rabbit hole as it is. And I'm busy with a couple other things in my life right now. So I'll try to keep you guys abreast of what I'm doing and how far I get with this, but I'm thinking about contacting the Omaha ACLU or their chapter of whatever is Black Lives Matter to let them know, this case exists, because as soon as I get it all in one easy to digest summary video, then I'll probably send that to him and try to see where it goes.